Beanie? No beanie.
Oh, you look very handsome without the beanie, but you look great with the beanie too. Whatever you feel most comfortable doing. This is our camera test.
One open.
Huh?
One open.
Should I just pull them down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't try too hard.
On our way.
Yes, ma'am.
We're on our way. It's happening. It's the last time we will ever go to a theater for a Star Wars movie within the Skywalker saga.
That's a mouthful.
Oh my god. They're seats. What are they?
Age 10, 11.
These are like luxury chairs.
Clear any one of us.
I had to just take a second in the bathroom, take a few deep breaths. With my Vader shirt on. David has a Vader shirt on too. The final Star Wars installment. I'm gonna pee now.
You want Mom to do makeup and hair or anything?
Yeah, Mom, you could come in and make sure we're like staying in frame and stuff. Or you guys can just
Leave.
retreat to your quarters. All right, let's give it a go, shall we?
Let's do it.
Greetings, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have my first ever guest.
What up?
It's my little brother.
Hi.
Hi. We're going to talk Star Wars today. It's been officially a week since we've seen it.
It's been a minute.
We needed some time to cool off. We had different opinions about it. There were conversations
That needed to be had.
They got heated. But we've cooled
Heated?
down. This is something that we've loved since we were kids, so we get really passionate about it.
For sure.
Yeah. But we're wearing the same shirts that we wore.
Not washed.
Not washed. Still fresh. Rise of Skywalker fresh. But anyways, we've settled down. And we can now discuss on camera what we thought of the film. So are you ready, David?
Absolutely.
Let's just dive in with initial impressions. Do we give it a thumbs up? Thumbs down? In the middle?
In the middle.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd say also in the middle. But more leaning towards up. And I think yours is more leaning towards down.
No, it's leaning towards up. It's definitely
Okay.
better than the other two that they have put out.
Much better. That we agreed upon.
I would
totally.
watch this one again. The other two I don't really have any interest to rewatch. If someone's like, let's watch Star Wars, I would never pick The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. No.
Before we go on, there will be spoilers.
Probably.
If you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker,
Pause.
now's the time to stop watching. Okay?
You said it was meh
Give it a
going up.
Huh? Going up?
Yeah, that's what your review was. It was meh, but trending up.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I love Rey. I think having a strong female character at the center of a Star Wars story is awesome. As a little girl who grew up loving this and never seeing like a leading lady with a lightsaber in her hand, that's super cool.
Let's talk about her.
Let's talk about her.
I feel like I started liking her more than Kylo
Right?
in the first couple, but with the whole arc of this series, I ended up liking him more as a character than her. Just because I think her only struggle...
We really didn't like him at first.
Yeah, he was very whiny. I end up
Yes.
liking kind of his arc more than I like hers, because her only struggle was kind of with her last name, kind of. Like, she wanted to know who her parents were, and then when she found out who her bloodline was, she was just concerned with who it was, versus Kylo, I felt like, was tempted with how he wanted to act and what power he wanted to use. Rey was always pretty clear that she wanted to be a good person. She never wanted to rule the galaxy. She never had that, like Vader or Kylo ambition. Like the signs of being tempted to rule the galaxy and use dark power, she never had that. So with Kylo, I enjoyed that struggle.
But I think she was prone to those feelings. She just resisted them.
And yeah, maybe I just didn't catch that in the series at all, where she felt like, ooh, I enjoy... Like when she blew up the ship in this movie, she never felt like, ooh, that was awesome. I would like to figure out how to channel that Force lightning.
Yeah.
It was never like that. It was always
was like,
ooh, that's
"What have I
Palpatine.
done?"
That's bad. I can't do that. I just liked the struggle of Kylo. Much more like his dad.
Can you talk about, I found it really interesting, you had that opinion about Rey being like sort of portrayed as a really feminist character.
Oh yeah, I also didn't like how she seems like a very powerful woman who just came from nothing, and she was, almost like Anakin. She didn't need to have any sort of skill or royalty or whoever the hell to give her power. She was just a badass girl.
Yeah.
But then I think when they made her related to Palpatine, it was kind of a cop-out and detracted from her as a female lead almost.
But to me, again, it goes back to Anakin. Even the last episode is Rise of Skywalker.
Well, yeah,
This is all
it's
a
about
story
him.
about Anakin Skywalker. And so, to me, like, that's why he is the anomaly. Dad,
chosen
born to a mom.
one.
Yeah, the chosen one. Just this, the one who's going to bring the Force back into balance. And it's all about him. So for me, for him to have that sort of anomaly role, that makes sense. Luke and Leia, his children were born with the powers of the Force, just like Rey, child of Palpatine, born with powers of the Force.
So that's really the struggle, was Anakin versus Sidious. Even in Phantom Menace, like they don't have really any interaction, but that's where the whole conflict begins. In that sense, it does make sense that she was related to Palpatine, but I also thought it was somewhat of a cop-out to just say, she's powerful because she's related to the big bad guy.
Right.
It's kind of like an easy cop-out.
But then it makes sense as to why we started off on the desert planet with her in The Force Awakens and why we care about her. Because she has this connection to Palpatine, who had this connection with Anakin and was like a huge player in Anakin turning to the dark side. To me, their stories are intertwined, but Anakin is still like always the lead player.
That's why they call it the Skywalker saga. One thing you would change.
About
At
the
least you're in the industry, so I'm just some idiot. So I have something I would add.
David, that's not being kind to yourself.
I'm sorry.
So you're not an idiot. You just have a different perspective.
Correct.
Be kind.
Sorry. I forgot the number one rule.
Moving on. What I would have liked changed from the Rise of
Sure, I can go
Skywalker.
first if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My biggest gripe.
Ooh, gripes. Here we go.
The lightsaber fights were anticlimactic, in my opinion.
Yeah, David didn't get his end of movie.
All of the newer ones had one, where the last scene is a serious throwdown, and this last scene, it was where I don't know. I would have liked to see all those voices came. Let's have a spiritual lightsaber fight here, where Rey does some weird. She gets up and she goes from a purple saber to a green one, and she just starts doing all this morphing crap, and they fight. Palpatine gets off that stupid machine, even though it was pretty cool. Even if it was a flash, where it's you get some freaking Liam Neeson in there. Least favorite part, go.
Honestly, there was a scene that I really didn't like, and I can't remember it now. But I think
This is what happens when you wait a week.
when we wait a week. But we were
Told
having
her.
so much fun. It was Christmas and stuff. But there definitely was one moment in the film where I was like, no.
Can't remember your least
favorite part.
Lovely.
But
favorite part.
I cried at the end. Definitely. On Tatooine, where she revisits Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's farm on Tatooine.
Full circle. That's where 3
ending
ends,
with the
that's where
2
4
sons.
starts, that's where 9 ends.
Goosebumps, tears. Wow. That was probably my favorite part, is the end.
There needed to be a lightsaber fight.
We reviewed our notes, and we seem to have covered all of the bases. Okay, David, what does Star Wars mean to us, and what does it mean that it's ending now? This is a big part of our childhood.
Well,
I feel a little sad.
I'm not as sad as I was before they made them and I thought it was over, because now I at least know what's waiting if they decide to make more, and it's meh.
Yeah, it probably is almost better because we just find ways to be upset.
Yeah, which is what you do when you get older and new stuff comes out.
Yeah,
which
you're
is
like, it's
related
not
to-
as good
Yeah.
as the originals.
It'd be okay if they didn't put out anymore.
Yeah, we're okay with stuff like The Mandalorian and things that aren't within the sort of Skywalker story. The Star Wars world is awesome, and I think we'll
For
always
sure.
love that.
I love all the games and stuff.
Yeah,
but
he does. He's probably going to go play some now.
Probably.
That we're done. And I want to thank my baby brother for just being a total trooper and my best friend in the whole world and my Star Wars buddy since forever.
We were kids.
He will say that he started the trend, but I did. I got the original trilogy on VHS. It came in a really pretty gold box. It was like the special edition of them, and then we watched them all, and that's what started it. And then David started collecting action figures.
She can say that because I was probably 3,
Wow.
and I have no real conscious memory of it.
It was my 8th birthday. So
We give her
you were
these
5,
wins,
so
people. We give her these
why
wins.
don't you remember? Everyone remembers everything from when you were 5.
We give her
David.
these wins. You forgot to say what Star Wars means to you. I also didn't say that either. I just said I'm fine
does it
that if
mean
they don't
to
make
you?
any more of this.
What does it mean to you? I'm going to check while David does that. What does it mean to you, David?
First of all, I don't know what that question means. I wanted you to answer it first.
To me, it reminds me of our childhood, and it's a connection. I still remember the day that I walked in and Dad was watching Return of the Jedi, and Darth Vader comes off his, one of his little, what do they call those? The one that
Imperial
takes
shuttle?
him from, yes, an Imperial shuttle, one that takes him from Star Destroyer to planet. And I was like, Dad, who is that? And he was like,
That's Daddy.
Sweetheart, sit down. You have a lot to learn. Like, so there's that connection with Dad, and then my brother and I, and, you know, watching those and obsessing over those, and then the prequels coming out and going to the movies together. And it's just a lot of positive
Collecting the
memories.
toys. Yeah.
And, like, you
it's
know,
really just nostalgic.
so do you have an answer to that question that's different than mine?
No.
Or did I just
You
say
gave a
the
great
best?
answer, I think.
Thanks.
I think I'm going to take Amy's answer. Turn on Star Wars and just kind of relax. And
Think of the good old days.
yeah. When you were
Revisit a
5.
galaxy far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, may the force be with you, little brother.
May the force be with you, dude.
I love you.
Boom! See?
And-
Nerd.
Nerd.
What is this?
Into hyperdrive. Do you want to sign off? Wait. Make sure you subscribe.
I was going to do that, but all you...
Oh,
no,
oh my God!
It's your channel.
Do
It's your
it!
channel. It's
No,
your
no,
channel.
no,
It's your
no,
channel.
no,
It's
no.
your channel. It's your channel.
David, take it away. Sign us off.
Hit the bell. Subscribe. Like it. Share it.
Comment.
Be seen, be heard, be kind. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Be seen, be heard, be kind.
Peace.
May the force be with you. I love you.
Love you.
You're the best.